Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. In my previous video, I was talking about the very aspect of sthayi, asthayi, vyama, vayama, swayam, gnana, agnana, moda, pramoda, sthitva, asthitva, atman and paramatman, and the very aspect of the 27 nakshatras, 27 yoga nakshatras, and the mudra aspect. Let's try taking the subject much further from the viewpoint of Sattvika, Rajasika, Manasika, and Ananta and Asimita aspect of the human existence. Now, here what one needs to understand is, if we are talking about 108 Karnas, Karnas are nothing but the very aspect of Karana. If we go from the etymological point of view, Kakara, Akara, Nakara, Akara, Rakara, Nakara also is coming and Akara is coming. Now, here is where one needs to understand that illusion and delusion aspect. Why a dancer needs to understand Karnas. 108 Karnas is the point, right? So, in this Karna, in these Karnas, the time and space travel that happens during the process of, passing through those 27 nakshatras and 27 yoga nakshatras, that's the unique aspect of this. As I was saying that, right? This very aspect of human existence or the human body travel. This is where Yoga Maya, Yoga Mahamaya aspect comes into picture. Yoga Drashta and Yoga Drushya aspect comes into picture. Though yoga makes one to get to travel those infinite miles of astronomical units. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the part. With umpteen moons, galaxies, planets, and dynamic infinity constellations. These constellations are infinite. Though we talk about Saptarishis there. So the point is, do we need to do this time and space travel? The catch is that these 27 nakshatras or 27 yoga nakshatras are the cause for the constellations and the stars and the galaxy. This is again an answer to that, unseen godly existence by and large, which is what is called, which is where we have the reference of Kasmai Devaya Havisha Videma, ladies and gentlemen. That seen God is an illusion and delusion, though. One need to understand this. So, for this classical dancer or musician or the render or one who performs yajnas, homas are the means, though, which one needs to understand. So this has been clearly told. So, and here is where we need to talk about the vibrations and their applications on the humanoid or the human existence. And this is where in a classical music we heard about gamakas, right? So gamakas play a key role for one to get to that highest level. Gamakas, tilanas. However, they would be explained in detail. I will be taking that subject. That's altogether a different subject. And the vibratos. Vibratos also play a key role over here, because this human existence is vulnerable to the science of sound and those vibrational aspects. So what one needs to understand is this musical note which I am talking about, these saptaswaras, dhruta, laghu, guru, pluta, andolita, valli, tribhinna, kurula, ahata, उत्साह उल्लासित, हंपित, मुद्रित, नामित, प्लवित, मिश्रित, जंट, दालु, दालु, धातु, जरु, उल्लासित, त्रिभिन्न. Now, why am I talking about this? Because classical music, if we really look at, it's a rhythmic beat or rhythmic way of presenting the language. It also has language, right? So these are further deciphered to the frequency level in the form of waves, which one needs to understand. So, sorry about that. In this moment of time, that's where actually the 7 movable karanas come into picture. What are those 7 movable karanas? Which are more or less based on Panchanga and dance form. Again, this has cross reference to that. 27 nakshatras as per Panchanga, 27 yoga nakshatras as Panchanga, as per Panchanga, and this dance form. Bhava, Balava, Kaulava, Taitilla, Gara, Vanija, Vishti. Though these have that etymological understanding, which one needs to understand, ladies and gentlemen, though the fact is that these swaras need to be understood at grassroots level when it comes to 108 karanas. Because here you are touching upon terrestrial level, interterrestrial level, intraterrestrial level, extraterrestrial level, ultimate terrestrial level. Because whatever powers that one needs to have, one will be having. So, to furthermore talk about the 108 karanas, one needs to really understand the subject at a very point where it touches upon the Moola, which is again Mooladhara. That is the point. The point here is one needs to understand subject from the Sansarkrit language. Why Sansarkrit language over here? Because we are representing Bhaugolika, Bhugolika, which has cross reference to Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. That is the point. Though Sanskrit language started evolving from here, this is what one needs to understand. This is the point which I want to stress upon. So, from this one needs to go through 4 phases. As I was speaking about, Yoga Drashta, Yoga Drushya, Yoga Maya, Yoga Mahamaya. So 108 karanas go through these 4 phases, 4 levels. So to get to that combination, what are the combinations that one needs to understand? Starts with dha, na, ma, ga, gha, ma, ma. Understand this. Ma, go, ma, go, ma, tha, ma, tha, ma, pa, dha, pa, ga, dha, pa, re, sa, ma, pa, re, sa, ga, pa, da, dha, na, ni. Now, I was speaking for the connection, right? So, what one needs to understand is, what is that exactly, how exactly whole of this theology works. Now, if we really look at whole of this, what it touches upon, it touches upon the very aspect of Hasta Vedas, as I was explaining, right? So, it touches upon the Angas, Pratyangas, Upa-Angas. So, Angas would be chest, waist, bottom, hand, head, legs. Pratyangas would be thighs, knees, shoulders, arms, and stomach. Angas being glance, eyes, eyebrows. I'm talking about this. Eyebrows, eyelids, eyeballs, cheeks, nose, gums, lips, teeth, tongue, chin, face. Though they are based on the very aspect of the Swarasthanas, which one needs to understand, as stated in my previous videos, which are Ragam, Talam, Pallavi, Anupallavi, which one needs to understand. This again has a etymological, if you really look at it, ends with Makara and has Akara, Akara, and La, Akara, Vakara, Ikara, and Anu, Ukara there. So, major being, again, here, again, there are factors to this. So, this is again the very chronological order of the systematic approach for the music, which is being Adi, Aditalam. We heard about Aditalam, right? Rupakatalam, Dhruvatalam, Triputatalam, Jampatalam, Matyatalam. So, these are like, very factors which allows one to get to that frequency note. Okay. For example, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, re, ga, ma, da, pa, da, ni. Again, why should one be practicing this? As I said, right? These are to be practiced because you need to imbibe that energy level. That's what is needed at this point in time for a human existence, to get connected, to establish that connection. Because when you are trying to get connected to those 27 nakshatras or 27 yoga nakshatras or 27 nakshatras as per astrological significance also, because this is the very point. This is the very fact actually. If I talk about 108 karnas, that is the very purpose of karnas to be introduced by the Natya Brahma or Natya Sutra Dhara over here. Understand this. So if we see sa at Shajamam level, Suri at Shuddha Rishabham level, Cha, Ri, Sa, Ga, Sadharana Gandharam. This is again a Sadharana Gandharam level. Na, Na, Ga, Antara Gandhara level. This is. So, Ma, Shuddha Madhyama level. Pra, Ma, Pratimadhyama level. Pa, Panchamam level. Su, Da, this is Shuddha Daivatam level. Cha, Dha, this is Chatushruti Daivatam level. This is what one needs to understand. Kai, Ni, Kaisiki, Nishadham level. Ka, Ni. So, if we really take into consideration whole of these aspects, this is where that distinction of Sthayi Swaras, Sthayi and Asthayi Bhavas, which I was talking about, right? So, Sthayi and Asthayi Bhavas again depend on the Sthayi Swaras, which is nothing but Anumandra Sthayi, Mandra Sthayi, Madhya Sthayi, Tara Sthayi, Ati Tara Sthayi. So these are the levels or modulation that you do. It's like, rendering that vocal cords. You are aligning those local cords to get connected to that. So if you really look at, let's understand from the Angam point of view. And what are the scripts notations? What are the script notations and what is the frequency units over here? Anudrutam, if you see, A, U, it has 1 unit. Drutam, it is a shunya. It does not have any units as such, but at least it takes 2 units if you are trying to inculcate that. Laghu, it is denoted by I. Though it varies from Triswara, Chaturaswara, Panchamaswara, Saptamaswara and Navamaswara. Guru, again, it is, the script notations are 8 over here. Here I means, in other words, infinity. You can add any numbers there. Any number of times you can do. So, if you really look at these frequency units, after these Ashtama sthanas or whatever it is, so these have 8 units respectively. Plutam. When we come to Plutam and Kakapalam, okay, it is divided between 1 script and 8 script. Why this division? I will explain you. Though the point over here is, it has 12 units there. So this is where actually Sanskrit's grammar come into picture, which one needs to understand. Kakapalam is 16 script. So it has like 16 notations there, which one needs to understand. And the units over here, if you really see, there are 16 units there. In the sense like 16 aksharas. Here units doesn't mean, sorry about that. Units means aksharas. How many aksharas? And how the script notations are happening. That is the key point actually, which one needs to understand. See, when we are writing a song, it will be more useful for that. So this is where actually that core strength lies when one is rendering. This is the beauty of classical music or Vedas and Upanishads, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this depends on the kalam. Kalam or kala or that time. This is nothing but laya. It is srishti sthiti laya jati gati. Reference to that. So here what we need to understand is slowest or vilamba kalam. Kalam again is of various types, which is the slowest. This time flows very slow, or vilamba kalam, and twice the speed. The time or the time travel becomes very fast in that. In the sense like those beats, which one needs to understand. Durita kalam, twice the second speed. Again, this is like, Durita kalam, and these aspects come into picture in Yoga Drashta, Yoga Drushya, Yoga Maya and Yoga Mahamaya aspect. This is what is the practical significance of yoga, ladies and gentlemen, which one needs to understand. Kriya. Kriya is one more factor which actually one needs to understand if one is understanding 108 Karnas. Shabda Kriya or action with sound. This is what happens in the classical dance form. Whether it is Bharatnatyam, whether it is Kuchipudi, whether it is anything, whatever it is. Nishabda Kriya or the silent display. This Nishabda Kriya or silent display happens from the renderer, okay, or one who sings a song, or a narrator or an orator, which one needs to understand. And these are the, by the way, these are the primary factors for the 108 Karnas. This is just an introduction which I am giving you. I will get into that 108 Karnas in detail in my next video. And the other factor for this is Graham. Graham means grahas. Grahas are planets, which are again further divided into Samagraham, Anagata Graham, Atita Graham. This is where the celestial body's existence, both formless and form thing, comes into picture, which one needs to understand. Kala or Matra. This is again a primary aspect which one needs to understand, which is more or less having 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So like this it adds up. And this is where actually like this, the scientific study, whether pertaining to programming language, whether it is C, C++ or whatever it is, that comes into picture, which one needs to understand. And this Kala aspect, it is again divided into Ekakala, Dvikala, Trikala, Chaturasra Kala, Panchama Kala, Shashtamas Kala, Saptamas Kala, Ashtama Kala, Navama Kala, Dashama Kala, Ekadashama Kala, Dvadashama Kala. Now, if we further go after Dvadashama Kala, it is a zenith level. It is not for anyone and everyone, and this is what you call beyond Atitara Sthai. So, this Anumandra, Mandra, Madhya, Tara, Atitara Sthai are for the normal human existence, which one needs to understand. So, when we add these, okay, when we add these numbers 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, right? Which are more or less based on the Saptaswaras again. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni. And this is where we add Akara, Ukara, Akara, Ukara, Makara, Akara, and all matras. So, all in all, what happens is these 108 karanas, movements in classical dance, has that connection with this. To establish that connection of 27 nakshatras, again, this is again the base level that I am talking about. These are the factors that get us connected to that lunar mansions. In the sense like moons and Adityas, Dvadasha Adityas, and we have moons, umpteen moons and umpteen nakshatras, but still we take that is seen by a normal human existence or who can understand it. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen, before even getting to understand this 108 karnas. 108 karnas is a very study wherein this human existence gets connected to that interterrestrial existence. That is the reason why you need to understand these first. So, it is again divided into 4 quarters, so called padas, 4 padas, 4 each. 27 into 4, 108. Whether it is yoga nakshatras, whether it is what you call nakshatras as per astrology, astronomy, which are used, it is 27, which needs to be understood. This so-called nakshatra padas encompassing all the aspects of 27 astrology yogas. And this is what is the real astrology, ladies and gentlemen, which one needs to understand. Today, unfortunately, we have astrologers having across the globe like mushrooms. Nobody knows about all of this. And honestly speaking, even the Saptaswaras or the Swarasthanas, knowledge needs to be understood by and large. It's not that, you just say astrology just like that. And that is the reason why classical dancer is considered to be an astrologer too. Because he or she does that time travel, time and space travel by and large, touching upon all the constellations. And he or she will be having that capability of getting into that. That's the point which I want to talk about. These 27 nakshatras, what is that, dimensions? It covers 360 degrees at the humanoid level or the human existence level. At interterrestrial level, interterrestrial level and intraterrestrial level, interterrestrial level, terrestrial level, and ultimate terrestrial level, it is 5D, 5-dimensional. Here we have the 3-dimensional aspect, which one needs to understand. So as I was telling, 27 lunar mansions with 13 degrees and 20 minutes. That's the time span, which one needs to understand. 4 padas or 4 charanas, divided into 4 padas and 4 charanas, each divided in 3 parts again. 4 into 3, 12. So we have 108 padas. Thus it forms to 32 angaharas. So let's see what are the combinations over here. Ikara, 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 makara, 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 akara, ukara, ukara plus makara, ukara plus makara, ukara plus lakara plus ikara plus makara again, lukara plus makara, lukara plus makara plus gakara plus dakara, lakara plus akara plus makara again. These are some of the combinations. Strong dha, ni, la, pa. Again are exceptions over here. These are combinations which act, sorry about that, which exist as per Vedas for 108 karnas specifically. However, there are few more in 108 karnas, but predominantly these are what I could figure out. Maybe others might figure out some more though, as per my viewpoint. So, technically, here is where the alankaras come into picture, which are again the key aspects. Combination for these combinations are as follows: sa, re, ga, ma, ga, re, ga, ma, pa, ma, re, ga, ma, pa, re, ga. If we divide all of this, whatever that I am telling, this is working on the binary operation. And furthermore, if you get to that terrestrial level, it is ternary operation, ternary system. And furthermore, if you go trinary system, faunary system, that is 4 levels, 5 levels, the 5th level, binary system, and the last is the synary system. If beyond this, if one is going, that is again the very scientific study at the higher level. However, I'm just trying to get to that understanding, which I will be giving you information about that. If we see these first, the first one, binary system, 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 1. Ternary system 0 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 0 1 1 2 2. Trinary system 2 1 0 0 1 2 2 0 2 2. Quanary system 3 2 1 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3. Binary system 4 3 2 1 0. Here there are no combinations, but here the combinations would be like this. And furthermore, in the binary system, if you really see, considering this, taking all the values 5 4 3 2 1 0, it comes like this. So if we add 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 1, whole of this would be like a codification, codified language. And this is where the codification of Vedas and Upanishad comes into picture. And this is where these 108 karnas, codified language, comes into picture, ladies and gentlemen. This is the practical importance of 108 karnas. So here is a logic. There has to be logic for this, right? So let's try seeing. If we see Bijaksharas, Akara, it has 0 value. That is 1. Akara, 1. Akara, 2. Makara, if you really see, Ma plus Akara, 2 1 0 1 1 2 2. Ukara, U plus Akara, 3 1 0 1 1 2 2. Ukara. U has the four values, right? 4 3 1 0 1 1 2 2. Ukara. U is 5. Understand this. It is 5 units. 5 4 3 1 0 1 1 2 2. Now the values for Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni, we will see. For Sa 0 1, Ra or Ri 0 1 2, Ga 0 1 2 3, for Ma 0 1 2 3 4, Pa 0 1 2 3 4 5, Da 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, again Ni 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So now the time taken for the time travel during the process of yoga, if we see, the equation would be speed of the thought. Speed of the thought denoted by capital T equal to total value of the swarasthanas into time spent in the process of meditation, which is nothing but capital T equal to SW into T. Though from the metaphysics point of view, if we see, there will be additions of the mass of the body. From the metaphysical, for a dancer I am talking about here. The body which is constant though, value will be 60. That's 60 minutes, which is equal to 1 minute, right? 60 seconds, sorry. 60 seconds equal to 1 minute, right? That needs to be considered. Thus the equation stands like this. capital T equal to SW into T plus total time spent for the performance or rendition. That is number of minutes into 60 seconds spent. So now if we see, if we want to understand the time body takes to travel during the process will be represented by capital B equal to SW into T plus number of minutes into 60 seconds by capital T. Thus, this is the equation. This is the equation that a mantra or bijakshara is calculated. Though here is where in Karnas the equation would be totally different. Because over here we are trying to touch upon those Karnas aspect. So, if I really look at, how do you get to that point? That is what is the goal, right? Strong dha ni gha ga re sa ma pa dha ni ga re sa ma da ma pa ni sa ga re sa talangu tadadhina na tadgatarana tadgadhim nadhim na dhim na dhim ma tirkita tom nadhim now dhim na ga re sa ni sa ma ga re sa. See, these are a few of the codes of 108 Karnas. If one practices for 10 times, even for what you call one who is not a classical dancer, he or she will be having those positive vibrations. He or she would be able to take control over the planetary conditions or, from the astrological point of view. If you do it for 10 times, that is enough. So, for stars, 27 plus 27. Na, dhim, 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 tarina, 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 ma, talangu, tadka, dhim, 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 na, dhim, na, dhim, na, ga, re, sa, tom, 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 ga, dhim, tom, tad ka dhim, tad ga, ge, na, tom, 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 tad ka dhim, 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 na, dhim, na, dhim, gadhim, talangu, tom, tam, tham, tam, 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 tom, tom, tadkadhim, tarana, nirega, garesa, tom, talangudhim, dhim. So now here is where one really needs to understand the very point that, these are nothing but the very aspect of codified language. Understand this. This is one of the coding and decoding aspect. Thus, I conclude this video with this note. Furthermore, I will be talking about. Though, in case if you have any questions, please do let me know. I am also a learner. I might be wrong. So, do let me know. Stay blessed and have a real blissful life. May the Guru's grace be with one and all. Have a nice day ahead.